James Creedon joins us for MediaWatch. Good evening to you, James.
Evening, Mark.
Starting with the coverage in the US media over the government shutdown, the federal government shutdown.
That's right. It is the topic, obviously, in the US media of the last 24 hours, indeed longer. The Washington Post and ABC have done a poll, Mark, showing that no matter what side of the political divide you're on in the US, people don't seem to be very happy with the behaviour of Republicans in Congress, of course, largely responsible for this government shutdown. Only 1 in 4 Americans agree with Republicans in Congress. Moving on to how the New York Daily News covered that particular piece of information. That's John Boehner, the head of the Republicans there, and being cast as the turd, basically. That is, of course, a reference to House of Cards, the US series. Now, elsewhere, Lady Liberty, having been shut down for the day because she is, I suppose, a national monument, and there she is with her begging bowl. That's one doing the rounds, even on French Twitter. Moving on then to other photos doing the rounds. This is a photo of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., and that one being put off limits for tourists for the day that's in it because it's a federal task and federal employees ain't doing their jobs because they're, And then, do you know that this actually goes as far as Mars, Mark? There is the Explorer rover. Is it the Explorer? I'm not sure if that's exactly what it's going on Mars in any case. And NASA employees are also affected by this, so the rover has been shut down. Here, the Daily Dot are pointing out that a panda cam at the National Zoo has gone dark. There are various webcams at one of the national zoos in the US, and basically pandas are no longer on view for the public. As one website said, we're a pandaless nation with a giant panda-shaped hole in our hearts.
I'm still smiling about the picture of John Boehner with House of T word, should we say?
That's right.
The shutdown in 1995, of course, was partly caused by a very famous lady.
That's right.
Or infamous lady, perhaps.
That's right. Monica Lewinsky. Now, what happened there, Mark, would you believe, is because of that shutdown, non-essential White House staff were sent home, which means that unpaid interns such as Monica Lewinsky were given extra responsibilities. In any case, Monica Lewinsky got to spend some quality time with the president, which she probably wouldn't have got to spend with him if the normal staff issues had been there. And the question I'd ask, Mark, is what shenanigans are happening in DC this time round and what international scandal is brewing as we speak? We'll find out in a few months.
It will be all revealed, of course, on MediaWatch as it happens. Watch
Right.
this space. Okay,
Right.
The French media, though, have been wondering how a shutdown might work here. Some might say France is on a permanent shutdown anyway.
That's right. Or indeed, especially because it's such a top-heavy state system, indeed...
That is fair to say.
Indeed, if a shutdown were to happen in France, it would be felt, that's for sure. For one, the school system would be affected. Teachers in France are state employees. It's not the case in the US. They're not federal employees in any case, so schools remain open. For example, the Eiffel Tower, even though a lot of monuments would shut down, the Eiffel Tower would remain open, Mark. So, you mightn't be able to go to school, but you could go and climb the Eiffel Tower if you wanted, because that is a public-private venture with the majority shareholder being the city of Paris. So they could go down through the differences that you'd have in France in that article on the Huffington Post. One tweet before we move on. Remember that time when the Irish government completely shut down from 2002 to 2008? Some people being a bit tongue-in-cheek.
A little bit tongue-in-cheek.
Yes.
Finally, a viral video of a woman quitting her job. James.
Her job was making viral videos.
No, really.
Right. Now, this is that Next Media Animation. And basically, let's have a look at these pictures because basically they have the same clocks as France 24, by the way. In any case, she was unhappy about her boss having what they call in France a politique du chiffre. In other words, I don't care about the content of your videos, it's just how many hits it gets online. So she was so sick of it and so tired of it, having sacrificed so much of her personal life for it, that she made this video. Let's have a look at an extract.
I ride on throne. We strive at home. Killer, I ride on throne. Knock, knock, who's there? Killer Cam, killer who? Killer Cam, hustler, grinder, gorilla, true. My chinchilla, blue. You ever dealt?
Right.
Has she got a job as a dancer somewhere?
Well, she might, while she's out of a job
She
now. In any
groove,
case,
man.
That's had 4 million hits.
4 million already.
But I think it's more the idea. It's not exactly an extraordinary video, but it's the fact that she worked in viral videos and her quitting went viral as a video.
Get her in for your next show, James.
Right.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Opposite.
James Creedon.
Thanks, Mark.
With MediaWatch. Thank you very much indeed. Food for thought there every time from James Creedon. Stay with us, taking a short break. After that, we return with another World News update, of course, the latest from Washington. Barack Obama has already told the people that he thinks it's the Republicans mounting their own crusade against his Obamacare reforms that have caused this shutdown. Stay with us.